Specific campaigns for specific branches, down to town level, down to suburb level, right now on the grid. Grid offers you splash screen advertising, very similar to Mixit. So as you log into the grid, full screen, mobile billboard. We've got what we call blips, which are little, content features about your little restaurant. Or, I think there's a huge long tail opportunity in the small business market beginning to emerge. As we unlock the potential of location. Suddenly, Joe Schmo on the corner can advertise his services in mobile, highly targeted, only at people within, probably do it on a radius basis. 10 kilometers, 25 kilometers, 50 kilometer radius of where my business is in the community I want to service.
Sorry, Rick. In terms of segmentation there as well, just to clarify, you can say age, gender, etc., and target just those people. Yes, no.
Does it have to be a yes? No. It's yes and no. It's yes and no. When you register for the grid, you are asked to profile yourself. So we do ask for quite a lot of information. Whether that information is true or not, is impossible to determine. But yeah, there's a very rich database of age, gender, and obviously location information.
And
which
as a brand?
Not yet. For now, just location. So we haven't yet harvested the demographics and created a proposition allowing you to target age and gender, for example, in grid. We do that in AdMe, which I'll talk about in a second. But that's coming, yeah. So there's AdMe. AdMe won all the awards at the DMA's Assegai Award ceremony. Also over 400,000 have opted in and given us permission to advertise to them. Primarily via SMS and MMS. We call this our push advertising platform. To be honest, at 400,000 I'm disappointed. I was hoping for a lot more. But the strategy we embarked on here again was network agnostic. We said, why does it have to be Vodacom subscribers only? So again, this service is open to all South African cell phone users. This is because we set out to build a media business rather than to just build some advertising onto our telco business. Really wasn't too interested in that. But having said that, we know that we can grow that a lot quicker with more integration into the Vodacom touchpoints, and we're about to do that. So AdMe is about to be fully integrated into the Vodacom for Me website, fully integrated into the Vodafone Live mobile portal, and a whole range of other Vodacom-specific initiatives, which will probably see the AdMe base grow through the million mark by the end of the year, no doubt about it. And when it starts getting to that level, you can run, because the AdMe base is so highly profiled, age, gender, location, and a whole range of interests at levels below that, you start being able to run highly granular targeting campaigns. And specifically, pushed, so by MMS and SMS. Just the recent Hang 10 little case study, they were looking for brand building and building a database, and that was done via competition. It was an MMS with an audio overlay, specifically wanted to target 18 to 24-year-olds. And just sort of 50-50 male-female, was sort of spread over 4 days, 5,000 a day. It was only 20,000 sends, but it was a very specific target. You could win a Vespa, very good retrieval rate, almost 75% retrieval, so 3/4 of those MMSs were actually viewed. We have other offerings in this media portfolio other than just mobile. So I mentioned Grid Web, which is also becoming an advertising offering. We also have Vodacom for Me Web, which the OPA is reporting as the 7th largest site for domestic users at a unique user level in South Africa. It's about 500,000 uniques a month. So yeah, there's some nice opportunities there. And by the way, soon also location enabled, but on a massive scale. So again, you're going to have a web offering which gives you location as the key contextual driver for your advertising. The good old please call me's. You know, people laugh at this. You know, what rubbish they say. Why would I want to run a campaign on please call me? I can't target anyone. I can't do this. I can't do that. Well, let me tell you, we are sold out of please call me's 2 to 3 months forward. If you wanted to run a campaign on the please call me channel today, you wouldn't be able to. You'd have to book it 2 to 3 months forward. You know, we permanently have approximately between 20 and 30 advertisers on the channel all the time. Some people buy a year's worth of inventory up front just because they can't afford not to be on this channel. We serve about 7.6 billion please call me ads a year across mobile networks, because remember, please call me's are delivered to all the mobile networks. So even though it's only Vodacom subscribers that originate please call me messages, they're delivered to all customers. Around 24 million unique people are exposed to please call me ads per month on Vodacom platforms specifically. That doesn't mean they read the ad. It means they're theoretically exposed, just for absolute clarity. I mean, most people in high LSM brackets, like the people in this room, honestly wouldn't, take the time to read a please call me message. But be careful not to judge the mass market's consumption of this media by your own, your own kind of subjective prejudices. Be very careful. In the life of a low to mid LSM subscriber, the arrival of any activity on the mobile phone is often an event of interest. Bear that in mind. Very affordable medium as well. Although the fixed commitment is typically, a slot is about 200,000 Rand a month. When you break that down to what you're paying per ad, it's really cheap. And I call this mobile broadcast, effectively. Highly untargeted, but very effective. For some brands, not for all brands. Just a simple case study for a retailer. We shall remain anonymous at this stage. This was a orange juice, 1 liter orange juice, no-name brand for a retailer. We ran a 5-day campaign on one please call me slot. And we agreed with the retailer up front that they would not advertise this promotion in any other media, not in store, not on their flyers, not on any of their stuff, not in print, not in TV. In exchange, we said, if you do that, we'll give you a good deal on the media, but we want the case study, because, and we've done a few more of these with other retailers, but just have a look at what happened. Promotion started over here. The messaging started going out over there, and there's always a bit of a lag. This is where the messaging ended. So in that period, we spiked up, and we got the retail sales from the retailer's point of sale system back. And they were nice enough to share that with us. We spiked the sales of this item, which this retailer refers to as a dog line. I don't know what that means. You're at ShopRite, what is a dog line? Obviously, it means it's not exactly a big seller. And we spiked it by almost 600%. And then, there's this famous lag. If you've ever run a Please Call Me campaign, typically 2 to 3 days after the campaign ends, you'll continue to see a tail. So eventually we got up to about a 1,700% spike in the sales of this particular item. But bear in mind, it was driven by Please Call Me only. Another use case is a lot of insurance and bank activity, so the financial services industry has embraced this medium for obvious reasons. They're in the business of generating leads, and then they're in the business of doing that in a very direct fashion. So this is just an example, One Life Direct. It's life cover. There's no special offer. There's no real incentive. It's really just getting the message out there. And in this case,